This will be a Marvel Legends talk quickly, and is that do some figures need to be replaced from the Toy Biz days to the Hasbro days? You know, having been collecting Marvel Legends from wave 1 of the Toy Biz days, for its era, they were amazing. They were the next level. But when you look back on it, and again, when Hasbro started, they were really crappy with the Marvel Legends line. They just weren't good. There were a number of years when you didn't get much product and the product wasn't good. But in the past couple of years now, Hasbro has been hitting it out of the park. And it seems that for the most part, every 6-inch Toy Biz character, almost, but the majority of them have a Hasbro counterpart now. And there are many people that I see in the forums that are, for example, replacing the Toy Biz Nightcrawler with the current Hasbro one, or the Colossus Den with the Hasbro one. And it's like, does every figure need to be replaced? Again, I'm talking more to the reader, or the viewer, I should say, who has the old figures. You know, if you don't have the figure of like Nightcrawler, then of course get the new one. But if you have some of the old characters, do we necessarily need to replace it? You know, there are some characters, no question, that were not made well back then, that absolutely should be replaced. But then I'm on the fence with certain characters who I didn't upgrade, like Nightcrawler, for example, and Colossus. Sure, the new ones are better, okay? But the Nightcrawler by Toy Biz, to me, is still good enough. It's still well made. And I'm not really invested in the comic character. I'm not really interested or a huge fan of the comic character, that I felt the need that I must get the new one to replace the previous one. Because the previous one to me is good enough. Maybe the new one's a little better, but it's not such a drastic change. And again, I'm not so invested in the character that I'm going to replace it. Maybe in the future, I don't know. But at this point, no, I didn't. I did not replace the character. Well, Colossus, the new one's part of a 2-pack, and I don't want the Juggernaut, and it's an expensive set. And I don't want to get that Colossus to replace the other one, which is fine. It's an okay figure. The new one's better, yes. But for a display with X-Men, do I really need that new Colossus? And again, another debatable topic. But for now, no, I'm not going to spend that money to replace a character that I think is good enough. You know, there's characters you want to replace. There's characters that you want to get extras of and doubles, etc. But then there's other characters that I go, you know what, I don't need to replace it. Professor X, the comic one, I think it was part of the Galactus wave by Toy Biz. Then they have the new one. And I'm thinking, you know, the new one cost like $40 or so. The previous one, that was like $8.99, is still good enough. In fact, that's more realistic, and the new one's a bit too cartoony in look. That do I have to replace Professor X? No, it's not important enough. I don't have to replace that character. And even Captain Marvel, the original, the guy version, the red and blue costume, the Toy Biz one is fine. They have a new one that they showed. Do I have to replace it? Nah. And I'm not really invested in the character anyway. So I guess that's my topic or talk. You know, what do you feel on this topic? If you have the old stuff, if you bought the old stuff and you still have it, is it automatically, do you change it on your display? Do you automatically buy the new one? Or is there stuff with the economy and what you could afford or not that you go, you know what, I'm not going to replace it. I don't have to. Maybe it's a little better, but I'm not really into the character as much. It's a must buy. And so you hold off or you don't get it. So that's my thoughts on it. Let me know what you think and talk to you later.